Every day, without realizing it, you are rehearsing your future. Not in some grand, cinematic way, not with dramatic background music, not with a single decision that changes everything overnight. You are rehearsing it quietly, in the way you wake up, in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you handle resistance, in the way you return after failure, in the way you spend your attention, in the way you rest, in the way you begin again. That is the life you are practicing. This is why discipline matters so much, because discipline is not only about the task in front of you, it is about the person you are becoming while doing the task. When you keep one small promise, you are rehearsing reliability. When you return after slipping, you are rehearsing resilience. When you protect your attention, you are rehearsing focus. When you rest without guilt, you are rehearsing balance. When you begin before you feel ready, you are rehearsing courage. The future is built in these repetitions. People often imagine the future as something that arrives: a job, a relationship, a version of success, a better body, a calmer mind, a more stable life. But most futures are not arrived at. They are rehearsed into existence again and again, the same way an actor learns a scene, or a musician learns a piece, or a writer learns the shape of a sentence. Nothing magical about it, just repetition with intention. And that is where discipline becomes beautiful. It is no longer punishment, it is no longer pressure, it is practice. A way of saying to your life, I am serious about who I am becoming. There will always be days when you feel off, days when the mind is cluttered, days when the body is slow, days when motivation is nowhere to be found, days when you wonder whether any of this is working. On those days, remember this: you are not proving yourself to the world. You are rehearsing yourself for the life you want to live. That means even small acts matter: a tidy desk, a finished page, a walk taken, a message answered honestly, a limit held, a bedtime respected, a choice repeated. These are not tiny in the way people think they are tiny. They are foundational, and maybe that is the real secret of discipline. It is not about becoming harsh enough to force a better life. It is about becoming steady enough to rehearse one. A life where you trust yourself. A life where your actions and your values begin to match. A life where your future self does not feel like a stranger. That future self is not waiting somewhere far away. It is forming in the present, in the ordinary room, in the ordinary hour, in the ordinary decision. So if this season leaves you with one idea, let it be this: you become through repetition, not once, not beautifully every time, not without interruption, but steadily. And because of that, today matters. Not because it has to be perfect, because it is part of the rehearsal, part of the pattern, part of the person you are making. So keep going. Return when you slip. Rest when you need to. Begin when it feels small. Stay when it feels boring. Choose again when it feels hard. That is not a lesser life. That is the making of a strong one.